Chapter 1. Welcome to Thedas. Bonus content. Though written in World, the volume's main text is in one objective voice. Portions of the text are spotlighted for readers who prefer to browse. A detailed timeline of important events in the Dojian history runs the length of the book. Chapter 1 bonus content audiobook includes the detailed timeline of events, excerpts from the Botanical Compendium, and an excerpt from a lecture by Brother Junetivi at the University of Orly. Detailed timeline of important events as listed along the pages of Chapter 1. Page 10. Ancient Era Year 1 F.A. Arlafin is founded some 3,000 years before the arrival of humans on the continent. The date is so far removed from recorded history that it is difficult to pinpoint in Chantry years. Year negative 4,600 Ancient. The elves are believed to first make contact with the dwarves. Page 11. Year negative 3,100 Ancient. Records claim humanity arrives in Thedas around this date. This is disputed by scholars, who ask where humanity came from and why they left. Year negative 2,850 Ancient. Elves are said to first notice the quickening, ending their immortality and frightening them into withdrawal from human contact. This is thought by many to be mere legend. Page 12. Year negative 2,800 Ancient. The old gods are said to begin whispering to humanity from the Black City. They teach the dreamers of the Neromanian tribes magic. Power shifts, and these dreamers become both priests and kings among their people. Year negative 2,415 Ancient. The Illusori tribes cross the frost-backed mountains and settle in the lands that will eventually become Ferelden. Illusori legend says they were fleeing a shadow goddess, but scholars believe they were escaping a natural disaster. Page 13. Year negative 1,815 Ancient. The Illusori living near Lake Callan had break away, becoming the Avar. The two groups war with each other for centuries. Year negative 1,700 Ancient. The Neromanian tribe split to form four kingdoms: Tevinter, Neromanian, Bar-Inder, and Corinus. Page 14. Year negative 1,610 Ancient. The entire kingdom of Bar-Inder vanishes under unknown circumstances. Year negative 1,595 Ancient. Thaljan, also known as the first priest of Jumat, is the first known person to wield blood magic. He claims to learn the art after personally communicating with Jumat, an old god. Year negative 1,415 Ancient. The Chasen people break off from the Illusori and settle in the Korkari wilds. Page 15. Year negative 1,207 Ancient. The kingdoms of Neromanian and Tevinter unite after Darinius, High King of Neromanian, takes control of the Tevinter throne. Year negative 1,200 Ancient. Dwarven gladiatorial contests known as provings become popular among the nobles of the Imperium. A grand proving arena is constructed in Meinradus. Page 18. Year negative 1,200 Ancient. Tevinter allies itself with the dwarves. Year negative 1,195 Ancient. Darinius unites Tevinter and Corinus, forming the mighty Tevinter Imperium. He declares himself the first Archon. Page 19. Year negative 1,170 Ancient. King Endrin Stonehammer moves the dwarven capital from Kal Sharok to the growing Thake of Orzammar. Year negative 1,170 Ancient. Endrin Stonehammer oversees the construction of the legendary Stonehammer Hall in Orzammar. Page 20. Year negative 1,170 Ancient. The Orzammar Proving Grounds are expanded to encompass grand provings, previously held in Kal Sharok. The best warriors of these provings become the first of Orzammar's paragons. Stonehammer builds a hall to house huge statues in their honour. Year negative 1,160 Ancient. Taxes drained by Orzammar from Kal Sharok's trade profits begin to grow burdensome. Year negative 1,131 Ancient. Endrin Stonehammer is made a paragon. Page 21. Year negative 981 Ancient. Tensions between Tevinter and the elves turn to open war. The Imperium besiege Arlathan. Year -975 Ancient. The years-long siege of Arlathan ends when Tevinter is said to sink the city into the ground using blood magic. Surviving elves are enslaved. Page 22. Year -895 Ancient. The Tevinter Imperium expands rapidly, bolstered by its new elven slave class. The Imperium takes over nearly all of northern Thedas and begins pushing across the Waking Sea. Year -880 Ancient. Tevinter settles the island of Estwatch, fortifying its bay and establishing a port for warship repair. Page 23. Year -760 Ancient. Archon Almadrius takes the throne in Tevinter. Year -715 Ancient. The Imperium stages several campaigns to subjugate the Alamari and Ferelden. After many near misses, they succeed in holding the area for a time and construct the Imperial Highway across the mountains to Ostaga. This detailed timeline will be continued in Chapter 2, Races bonus content. Selections from the Botanical Compendium. Deep Mushroom. Deep mushroom refers to the entire group of fungi that grow underground in caves in many parts of the Dwarven Deep Roads. Collection can be a dangerous task, as the deep roads are often infested with darkspawn. Because of this, Dwarven merchants often recruit castless hirelings for the job, and pay them a meagre percentage of what they earn selling the mushrooms to surfacers. The most common varieties used in the herbalist's trade are the Blightcap, Ghoul's mushroom, and Brimstone mushroom, almost all of which tend to carry the darkspawn's corruption. While they cannot transmit the disease, this trait often makes them quite poisonous. Only experienced herbalists should handle deep mushrooms, and no one should consume them without adequate cleaning and preparation. Careless consumption can cause insanity, severe abdominal cramping, and even death. Elfroot. The elves of Arlathan first used elfroot, hence the name. The root gave their medicines particular efficacy, so when the Imperium conquered the elves, the Magisters adopted its use, and its popularity spread to all corners of the Empire. Elfroot is a hardy plant with large green leaves that grows wild in many places. It's so common that it tends to appear in most gardens and fields like a weed. And like a weed, however, most people appreciate having access to the wonderful little plant. The roots can be used with little preparation. Rubbing some of the juice on a wound, for example, will speed up healing and numb pain. And chewing on a slice of root treats minor ailments like indigestion, flatulence, and sore throat. There are several varieties, but the most useful for herbalists are the bitter, gossamer, and royal elfroots. Deathroot. Deathroot has been used in magic and potion making for centuries. It's a fragile-looking plant with a thin stalk and purple flowers, which fruits once a year, developing bright, red, fleshy pods that cause disorientation and dizziness if ingested. There are two varieties. Archon Hadrian is first found the more common Arcanus deathroot when he discovered it growing on several dead slaves. The other, Lunatic's deathroot, is most closely associated with the story of the courtesan Melusine, who sought revenge on a powerful magister and his family. She harvested the plant, baked it into small pies, and presented them to the magister at a banquet. Terrifying hallucinations seized the guests after they ate the pies, and they tore each other to pieces. Excerpts from the Botanical Compendium by Anisorancha, botanist. Troubles of a Chantry Scholar. As students of culture, it is important to always recognize your biases. I wear my Chantry perspective openly, for if my readers do not understand the lens through which I view the world, they cannot account for how these biases may color my writing. Gathering accurate information is challenging in a place as vast and fragmented as Thedas. One man may go on at length about lurid dealings with a king, then refuse to provide his name or some proof of the account. Other sources may conflict wildly. Fixing travel to some of the more remote areas of the continent is nothing compared to the difficulty I've had finding contacts I can trust. I cannot tell you how many times reputable people have tried to deceive me, sometimes for personal notoriety, more often in the interest of a pet cause. Trustworthy Kunari, Dalish, and Tevinter contacts are especially scarce, and I prize those I have kept friendly. Often it is I who must turn their trust. Texts too can be unreliable. From extensive readings, I have determined that Andraste was a failed and Norwegian who was born in every town from here to Hofsburg. What little remains of elven history has been told and retold, shifted and skewed, until the tales are unrecognizable. I have particular respect for the dwarves, for there is no other people so obsessed with recording an accurate and complete history. If only the Shapers were as open as the skies they fear. If I can be honest, the long reign of the Chantry has made the recording of reality at times a trial. Most common histories have been rewritten through the filter of my religion. Everything has meaning as it pertains to the Maker, and while this is unavoidable, it sometimes leads to conflicts between what is officially taught by the Chantry and what I have seen with my own eyes. While my belief in the Maker is absolute, only a fool would ignore the lessons to be learned from other societies and religions. Take the Fade. Was it the kingdom of the Maker, as common knowledge dictates, or the realm of the Tevinter old gods? Few people would contest its existence, but beyond that, there is little agreement among scholars. Though there are many who would disagree with me, I have come to believe nothing is for certain. I've met too many people and encountered too many perspectives not to keep an open mind about these things. Excerpt from a lecture by Brother Junativi at the University of Orly, delivered shortly after the release of his seminal work, In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar. End of Chapter 1. Welcome to Thedas bonus content. Next audiobook in this series is Chapter 2, Races, beginning with humans and the tribes of Thedas.